Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. This video is all about Saturn transit between 2022 to 2025 predictions. So we all know that Saturn is a tough master. Saturn is the planet which makes you to go to the next level, but of course it gives us certain kind of challenges and you need to overcome those challenges and you need to gain the success and you need to prove yourself that you are confident enough to sustain in a pressurized environment. So I would say pressurized environment because Saturn provides some kind of obstacles and also challenges for you. And by using your intellect, by using your patience, and at the same time, it will teach you the meaning of hard work, the meaning of patience, perseverance. And that's why Saturn is considered as the most tough master. And a lot of people generally fear during the Saturn planetary period. But of course, I'm not talking about the Saturn, which is of 7.5 years planetary period. But here I would like to talk to you about Saturn transit happening in Capricorn as well as Aquarius zodiac signs between 2022 to 2025 calendar year. Okay, so we all know that Saturn is a karaka for marriage. Saturn is a karaka for primarily for career, for the occupation, the workplace environment, the kind of bosses that you'll be getting, the kind of career that you take up. Saturn is the karaka. At the same time, Saturn also is the karaka for the relationship with your co-workers, supervisors, subordinates and all that. And also Saturn is the karaka for the business expansion. Saturn is the karaka for hard work, patience. Saturn is the karaka for labor. Saturn is the karaka is a personification of your grandfather. Okay, and Saturn is the planet which ensures that you are disciplined enough. He will put everything in order. He is a judge. He defines the law. And also, if at all Jupiter and Saturn are sitting in a very proper state, so this person is a person of very high values. This person follows a righteous path, and at the same time, he likes to preach to other people what is good and what is not good. At the same time, these people can able to differentiate what is good and what is bad in the life. And at the same time, they can able to make the calculative risk in terms of achieving their specific goals. Okay, so I can able to speak to you about the significance of Saturn for 2 to 3 hours or maybe more than that. But for this video is particularly restricted to Saturn's transit across all the zodiac signs between 2022 to 2025. Why I'm saying this 3 years? Because ideally Saturn or any planet, every planet have certain transit period. So similar way, Saturn also having certain transit period. And I'll just roll out my camera. So basically Saturn moves from one zodiac sign to other zodiac sign in 2.5 years. If at all Saturn goes into a retrograde position, that will extend for another 6 months or something. So that's what I would like to specify here. As Saturn is going on retro from Aquarius zodiac sign until Capricorn, so that's why there is an extension in the time period. So that's why it is considered, it is calculated from April 29, 2022 until December 12, 2025. Okay, so this is how the Saturn transit going to be happening within the Capricorn as well as Aquarius zodiac signs. Alright, so let me tell you what going to be happening for each zodiac sign. Okay, so let's go into Aries zodiac sign. For Aries zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in the 10th and 11th houses. So 10th house of career, 10th house of social status, 10th house of relationship with your bosses and co-workers, 10th house of business expansion, and the 11th house of incoming flow of cash, incoming flow of gains, wealth gains, friends, networking, hopes and wishes, fulfillment of desires. So Saturn is ruling all these karakattvas. As Saturn is the planet which will delay and Saturn is the kind of planet which will delay the success, but it will never deny the success. So that's what you need to remember. If Saturn is giving you some kind of struggle, that means it is actually taking you to the next level. It is actually taking you to the next frequency level in terms of your mindset, your thought process, your perceptions, your belief systems, and also it will also takes you to the next level in terms of achieving your goals. So you will be progressing. You might think that, okay, I'm stuck, but actually you're working hard towards to achieve that specific goal. It might resemble that you are suffering because of the pain that you undergo because of lack of certain resources, lack of certain support. But yeah, definitely will be reaching that specific goal during the Saturn planetary period when it is transiting between 10th house and the 11th house. Okay, that's for Aries zodiac sign. And for Taurus zodiac sign, the Saturn is transiting in your ninth and 10th house. Ninth house is all about fortune. Ninth house is all about less effort and more comfort, more success. Ninth house is all about going to a pilgrimage. Ninth house is all about going to your foreign countries. Ninth house is all about blessings from ancestors, blessing from ancestral property gains. And ninth house also talks about father, relationship with father, fatherly figures, support from fatherly figures. So Saturn transit happening between Capricorn and Aquarius zodiac sign will be really fruitful for you for Taurus zodiac sign because it is happening in the ninth and 10th house. So these people can able to get a very good support from the fatherly figures, and they'll be acting as a great mentor guide for you to go to the next level. Okay, but you got to treat them with respect, and at the same time you need to listen to what they are trying to say, and you need to understand with patience. And of course, for each and every zodiac signs, the ground rule is Saturn will teach you the importance of patience, perseverance, good attitude, and also hardworking nature. And also, most importantly, the labor that is working under you, you have to see them in the good terms during the Saturn planetary period, so that you'll be getting the blessings of planet Saturn. Once you have the blessings of planet Saturn, you can able to achieve anything in this life. Because Saturn being a tough master and also slow moving planet, so as it is transiting in Capricorn Aquarius zodiac sign, the blessings are tremendous for a longer period of time, because this transit going to be happening for 2.5 to 3 years, unlike any other planet. Like Jupiter moves from one zodiac sign to other zodiac sign within 1 year, whereas Venus, Mercury, all this Sun, all these planets moves within 1 month to different zodiac signs, and whereas Mars moves in 90 days. Okay, and whereas Rahu and Ketu moves within 1.5 year to the different zodiac sign as per the Vedic transit. Okay, so I would like to talk to you about Gemini. For Gemini zodiac sign, Saturn transit is happening in the 8th and 9th house. 8th house of sudden ups and downs, 8th house of downfall, 8th house of relationship with cousins, relationship with in-laws, 8th house of government support, bank loans, 8th house of sudden accidents. Okay, for all this karakatwas, generally 8th house takes care of. 8th house of your birth chart. I mean, people who know the astrology, you know what I'm talking about, right? So your birth chart will be having 12 houses, and each house have a different significators. And depending upon your zodiac sign, your house varies. Depending upon your ascendant, your house varies in your birth chart. Okay. So basically for Gemini zodiac sign, it is happening, the transit is happening between 8th and 9th house. So that determines that Saturn will be delaying your success, but it will not be denying your success. Depending upon your natal strength of the Saturn planet in your birth chart, the results will vary from one another. Let's say if Saturn is sitting in the friendly sign, Saturn is sitting in an exalted position, then there will be a sudden growth in your life in terms of your finances, in terms of your mindset, in terms of your thought process, in terms of your career, because Saturn is a karakatwas for all these parameters. Okay, so this is gonna be a blessing for Gemini zodiac sign if at all it's transiting in a positive sign. Okay, so let's say for Cancer zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in the 7th and 8th houses. Okay, 7th house of relationships, 7th house of relationship with your business partnerships, 7th house of spouse related matters, 7th house of marriage, 7th house of relationship with your cousins, relationship with your family members. Any relationship for that matter can be seen from the 7th and 5th house. Okay, so Saturn is transiting in the 7th house. So you might face some kind of tough situation during this time. You might see that people are acting so difficult, so tough. Sometimes you'll get sometimes you really struggle to understand about their thought process, understand about their belief system. So there might be some kind of conflicts, there might be some kind of relationship issues, there'll be some kind of misunderstandings during this point of time, because Saturn is the malefic planet, so it makes you to learn something. So whenever you're undergoing some kind of pain or struggle, you need to go back and see how the problem have actually started. Is it because of communication problems? Is it because of lack of finances, lack of resources, lack of labor? And what is the main reason why there is a friction or a conflict with the business partners? Why is that situation which was really good earlier has turned out to be turns out and resembles to be that it's not really giving any kind of fruitful results. So that's what you need to really think during the Saturn Mahadasha or Saturn Antradasha or Saturn transit is what we are talking about. So that plays a major role in terms of understanding about planet Saturn. Planet Saturn will be, irrespective of any zodiac sign, it will be teaching you certain lessons. So you got to learn certain lessons to come to go to the next level in your life. Okay. All right. For Leo zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your 6th and 7th house. 6th house of enemies, 6th house of theft, 6th house of obstacles, challenges, 6th house of health issues. Okay, if Saturn is transiting in your 6th and 7th house, obviously there'll be some kind of debt related problems. Okay, so when Saturn is transiting in your 6th house, there'll be debt related issues. You might borrow some money from other people, or somebody needs to owe you certain money, and it will become a very difficult thing for you to get back your money. So that kind of situations also arises. And 6th house of enemies. Okay, there'll be some kind of fear from the enemies. There'll be some kind of obstacles in your endeavors. Obstacles are very common during Saturn planetary period, no doubt about it. But if at all 6th house transit, it makes the situation even more little difficult because of malefic nature of Saturn, unless until you have a blessings from Jupiter, and most importantly Jupiter, because Jupiter can able to cancel any kind of negative effects in your birth chart. If Jupiter is stronger in your birth chart, Venus is stronger in your birth chart, then Rahu Ketu influence and the Saturn influence may not be much in your birth chart. Okay, so here for Leo zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting your 6th and 7th house. You got to watch out your enemies. Enemies can be sometimes a secret enemies. You never know. You cannot able to predict who is enemy, who is your friend. So that kind of situations might arise. So you got to be really careful. And also 6th house also talks about litigation. So in terms of when you are signing on any agreement, when you are signing on any terms and conditions, you got to be very careful, because they might be a situation where in which you might undergo some kind of cheating during this planetary period. Okay, all right. So for Virgo zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your 5th and 6th house. 5th house of children, 5th house of romance, 5th house of education, 5th house of past life karmas, 5th house of relationship pursuits. That means relationship before the marriage. Okay, that's what talked by 5th house, which is nothing but romance and the love affairs. Okay, 5th house of comforts and benefits as well. So Saturn transiting in the 5th and 6th house for the Virgo zodiac sign, it might take off some of your peace of mind. Okay, and also Saturn might not be giving you very good workplace environment during this time. So there'll be always some kind of friction with your colleagues, some kind of friction with your bosses, some kind of confusion. There'll be some kind of lack in terms of understanding about your own workplace politics. Okay, you might lack some kind of support. Okay, and also for Virgo zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in the 5th and 6th house. So that might also bring a little bit of issues and resources. You will not be having proper utilization of resources. There will be a lot of tools, there will be a lot of systems, there will be a lot of people in place, but if at all you are not able to use it towards the 100% utilization, so that would become a great question mark. Okay, and also Saturn transiting in the 5th and 6th house also brings little bit of conflicts with your friends. Okay, there'll be misunderstandings, there'll be some kind of exchange of words during this time, so you'll not have any kind of control on that. People might misunderstand you very easily because they might be expecting something and you'll not be able to give that back. So that's what generally happens for Virgo zodiac sign if it is transiting in the 5th and 6th house. And for Libra zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your 4th and 5th house. 4th house of real estate matters, 4th house of vehicles, 4th house of relationship, 4th house of mother and relationship with your mother, 4th house of health issues, 4th house of comforts, benefits, okay, royalties. So Saturn transiting in 4th and 5th house for Libra zodiac sign brings some kind of real estate property gains. Okay, Saturn also makes you to purchase certain vehicles, your dream vehicle. See, don't think that Saturn always gives a negative results. There are certain zodiac signs. If Saturn is sitting in the friendly sign, If Saturn is sitting in the exalted sign, if Saturn is receiving the aspect from Venus or a Jupiter, then Saturn might also give you some kind of blessing. That's what you need to understand. For all zodiac signs, it cannot be negative. For all zodiac signs, it cannot be positive. So always any planet might give positive results as well as negative results. So that's what you need to understand. Okay. So, and also your relationship with your mother will have a little bit of issues in terms of making her to understand, making her to keep in a good comfort. Okay. So you might needs to give a proper what you say, you might need to build the relationship with your mother during this time. Okay, maybe you need to understand her in a better manner. You need to understand about what she is looking for from you. Maybe you need to make her to sit and talk, have an open communication in terms of any misunderstandings happening in the family environment. So that might solve not many problems. Okay, and for Scorpio zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your third and fourth house. Third house of communication, networking, friends. Third house of siblings. Third house of short distance journey. Okay, so Saturn is transiting in the third and fourth house for Scorpio zodiac sign, might bring some kind of friction and relationship problems with your siblings, and also with your friends, and also with your relatives, because there will be a lot of communication problems, there will be a lot of misunderstandings, and people might judge you in a different way. People, although your intentions are not the same of what they are thinking about. So all these things generally arises for a Scorpio zodiac sign. And for Sagittarius zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your second and third house. So second house represents wealth, second house represents speech, second house represents family atmosphere or family environment. Okay, second house also represents tangible, intangible assets. Okay, so you'll be making a lot of money, but how much money you can able to save? Okay, how much money you can able to build up something on your own. So all those things related to wealth related matters, assets related matters can be lead by second house. And also your speech, the way you talk, the way how others perceive you, all those things can also be seen from the second house. Second house also talks about speech. Second house also talks about communication related issues. Second house also talks about your family environment. Okay, how you brought up. Okay, what kind of belief system your family carries. What kind of relationship that your mother and father exchange with you, or siblings exchange with you. Okay, all those things can be dealt from the Sagittarius zodiac sign. But however, Saturn transit of the second house will not deny of all these things which I just mentioned to you from the second house parameters, but it will delay. Okay, example, understanding of your family will takes little bit of amount of time. Maybe you need to explain a lot, maybe you need to show some results for them to get some kind of confidence. Okay, second house also talks about speech related matters, so which represents it might bring some kind of harshness, it might create some kind of rude atmosphere. Okay, second house also talks about wealth, so wealth will be delayed in your life because of second house and third house transit of Saturn. Okay, and Saturn transit for Capricorn zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting on the first house and also the second house. First house of self, personality, mindset, characteristics, behavioral traits. Okay, about your own self. Okay, so Saturn in the first and second house makes you to work super hard, makes you to think beyond, makes you to take calculative risk, makes you to be protected about your own environment, make sure it will help you to understand about your security related issues. All those things will be dealt by Saturn transit on your first and second house. Okay, so Saturn makes you to be more alert in terms of dealing your enemies, dealing with your obstacles, dealing with your challenges. Okay, and for Aquarius zodiac sign, Saturn transit is happening in the 12th house. 12th house of losses, expenses, liabilities, foreign settlements, 12th house of writing skills, 12th house of creativity and innovation. Okay, for Aquarius zodiac sign, Saturn is transiting in your 12th house, so that might bring you a little bit of losses, friction, liabilities, and also Saturn also brings you foreign settlements, so which is really good. But of course, you need to have a budgetary allocation in terms of your expenses, in terms of your losses. So we need to watch out your expenses, your spendings. Okay. And for Pisces zodiac sign, Saturn transit is happening in the 11th and 12th house. 11th house, I think we discussed a lot on the 11th house. 11th house of wealth related matters, father, networking, friends, and also hopes and wishes, fulfillment of desires, and also the wealth gains. Okay, Saturn transit for the Pisces zodiac sign will delay the resources, okay, but it will never deny the wealth. Of course, you'll be making the wealth, but out of a lot of struggle, hard work, and perseverance and the patience. See, most importantly, Saturn teach you the importance of patience in your life. So a lot of people are very impatient enough because they want have things to happen in a very quicker manner. They cannot wait for a certain period of time. They'll be frustrated, irritated, and they look for shortcuts in terms of gaining the success. That will never work in during Saturn period of time. You don't need to even think about shortcuts in Saturn period of time. In Saturn period of time, you got to do hard work. You need to respect your, you need to value the resources. You need to value the time, most importantly. Okay. So if at all you watch my significance of Saturn video in my YouTube channel, you will understand most you will understand much better way about planet Saturn. Saturn can able to grant you good amount of wealth, especially when you do a little bit of hard work. And of course, if at all Saturn is badly afflicted, you will not be able to get a good support from the people. You will not be able to get support from your own, your people, whomsoever you feel to, whomsoever you trust. During Saturn period of time, they'll just walk away. Okay, you got to be prepared with all these things. Most importantly, you need to gain the confidence. You have to be patient enough. You have to ensure perseverance in your endeavors. And also, you need to think beyond. You got to become creative. You need to become self-independent. Okay, you got to make a calculated risk in terms of achieving your goals. You need to have a budgetary allocation. So most importantly, it will teach you discipline in the life. Without Saturn, there is no discipline in the life. Okay, so with that, I'll take a conclusion. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is 22 minutes of video, very important video on planet Saturn. Thank you so much for watching this video. If at all you need my astrological consultations, the link is mentioned in the description below. Please book for an astrological consultation. Once I get a consultation order, I'll be able to help you with a complete analysis pertaining to your individual birth chart, which is prepared based upon your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please keep browsing a lot of videos in my YouTube channel. And also, it's very easy to learn Vedic astrology, but at the same time, difficult to understand if at all you don't follow my videos regularly. So please keep watching my videos regularly so that you'll follow what I'm talking about. Okay, so if at all you need my astrological consultation pertaining to your individual birth chart based upon your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, please book for an astrological consultation. The link is mentioned in the description below, and I'll see your consultation. It will enable me to read your birth chart for a couple of hours, and I can able to provide you the prediction accordingly. Okay, individually pertaining to you. Yeah, thank you so much. And let me tell you one more thing. If at all Saturn is badly placed in your birth chart, you don't need to sit and worry that Saturn is not giving you the blessing. Okay, and you don't need to feel worried about why Saturn is sitting in a bad place. Not only just Saturn rules your birth chart, there are other 8 planets which have the equal importance. Of course, yeah, most important planet is Saturn. I can definitely agree on that. But there are other planets which might give you prosperity, abundance, and wealth in the life, which are Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. Okay, even Sun. So that brings a kind of Raja Yogas in your life. Okay, so thank you so much, and please stay tuned for more videos. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the consultation. Bye for now.